What's up, party animals? My name is Kezi, and today I want to talk about Get Out the Float. This is a furry convention in Seaside, Oregon that happens on February 6th through the 9th. I beg you to go. It's a very, very tiny con. I went to a similar kind of event, I think 2.5 years ago, called Furvana. That was an amazing event because it's on a beach, and beachside cons, whole different vibe completely. But I bring up Get Out the Float because, well, I've actually been asked to DJ for it. And this is actually huge for me. I have been lately just barely getting back into DJing. I mean, I've always been DJing, but, you know, I spent a long time focusing solely on making music and kind of skimping on you know, playing out for people. And I've been trying to balance, you know, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to do this? And stuff like that. And recently, if you are able to see my community posts, I did do a kind of live stream / house party event where a friend of mine, he knows how to like do the live stream stuff. And so we live streamed the music that we were mixing for a house party. This is my first event outside doing music for people that I didn't know everybody. You know, this is the first time I actually did music for an audience. It went better than expected. Another thing that there was 3 of us DJing, so we would cycle out sets, and it was a house party, so it was like kind of just like, who wants to DJ next? And super low key. I've been getting into DJing on vinyl. I have one real DJ player, and that one's from my grandma. But the vibes are immaculate. I loved the set. It was probably some of my better performances. I didn't train wreck as bad this time, and the people seemed really happy with it. And so I was able to take that, submit it to the Get Out the Float DJ application, and got approved. And I'm super stoked because this is going to be the first time I won't likely know anybody who is there. And so I'm just going to rock up with my USB sticks because they're going to have CDJs. This is not a CDJ. I call it that a lot because it's basically a CDJ, just at, you know, 1/10 the price or something crazy. It's a lot cheaper. But, you know, I'll play off of USB sticks. There's a stick plugged into there. I'll format all the music on the computer and then set it up, and that works in kind of standalone. My computer could be off, and this still works just fine. Now, I'm nervous. Like, honestly, both times I've DJed in front of people at my house party and at my friend's house party, I have used my gear. I use my decks. You know, everything is formatted the way I like. I know how to use it, so on and so forth. This will be the first time I'm not only DJing on another person's equipment, but I'm DJing on unfamiliar equipment. Because they're CDJs. There's a slight bit of differences between real CDJs and this thing called an XDJ. And they're the older model too, so it's lacking some of the cooler features I kind of wish it had. Like beat jump. I've been using that a lot, and that's cool. I've also been getting into using the sync button for doing massive tempo changes between multiple songs. And with CDJs, it's kind of up to the venue if they plug all that in and set all that up for you. There could be a lot of things that I don't have that, you know, I might rely on that I don't even realize. One of the things that this has that CDJs don't have, not like normally, are stacked waveforms. You have to like set it up with fancy cables, and not everyone does that. And so not having stacked waveforms, you know, I'm going to need to be able to beat match by ear. I'm going to need to know, you know, how to actually get 2 tracks in sync without seeing the waveform. And that's the biggest thing is like, I don't know what I'm getting into. So I kind of have to prepare for the worst. I did ask, they're not going to do the CDJ 3000s. It's the last model, the CDJ 2000 Nexus 2. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And it has all the features I need. You know, it supports hotkeys, which I was really worried about having something that's too old and it can't load all 8 of my hotkeys. Because that's the one thing that I really like. I don't know if you can see it, but there's little colors on the pads. And those are huge because it shows off where in the track things are. And, you know, I put it on major points. I don't usually put it on like drop-in points, but I put it in on like the drop or the breakdown. And then I can kind of count backwards how many beats I want from that point or whatever. That's why beat jump is great because, you know, I set it to the drop, tap, 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 tap. I think that was 8, and you're golden. So now there is a beat jump function on the Nexus 2, but it's moved. It's on the touchscreen. So, you know, there's just a lot I'm gonna have to get used to that I'm not used to yet. But that's fine, because this thing is designed around the Nexus 2. So a lot of the main features that I use a lot are gonna still be there. Still got jog wheels, still can search with the search buttons, still got a big tempo slider. You know, all of it's gonna be in roughly the same places. All the effects are gonna be there, and all is good. But yeah, I'm nervous, but also excited. Because this is going to be my first kind of real gig. I'm not getting paid for it because this is a tiny, 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 tiny convention. However, I'm getting a free ticket, which is very useful right now because I can't afford much anymore. So, free ticket is paid, and I'm super stoked. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to DJ for it. I'm going to be working on setting up music and stuff like that. I might do live streams. Apparently you can do that on Twitch without worrying too much about copyright. That's kind of why I haven't done any DJ live streams. I'd really like to, but I'm playing other people's music, and that comes with legal problems if you're not doing it in a way that's correct. Like, even one of the craziest things I've learned is even in like venues. Like, so I was going to host a Furry Con for a while, and that kind of went out when I lost my job. But one of the biggest things that's really, really hard to manage is you need a music license. They might have, you know, the RIA or whatever might go to your event and see, have they paid their dues? And you can get shut down if you don't. So that's a concern. And I think the same thing applies to certain live streaming. But like I've said, I've seen plenty of people do Twitch live streams, DJing on Twitch. I don't see it much on YouTube, so I might post links. Or I might do like private shows in my Discord server. So check out everything. But yeah, I guess that's kind of all I wanted to say is I have a gig. I have a real gig at a real Furry Con, and I'm wicked excited. I hope you are too. I hope if you're local enough, you can make it out to Seaside, Oregon to go visit Get Out the Float, February 6th through the 9th and of 2025. So, until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye! Hey, I actually remember to do this. So, I've had a power outage that's localized solely into my bedroom. So, I've been running extension cords to get all this working. Sorry for the delay. Holidays, you know? So, I'm hoping to make a couple more videos before the end of the year. And thank you so much. Bye!